A mysterious spider crawl teaser appears on this week's edition of AEW Dynamite. We'll let you know all the details on that. Plus, timeless Toni Storm submits Penelope Ford in a Women's World Title Eliminator match. Former ECW, WWE, and TNA wrestling star Rhino makes his AEW debut on Dynamite this week. Samoa Joe defeats Claudio Castagnoli in the main event. More details on the contract status for AAA stars reportedly signed with WWE. Speaking of AAA, it looks like 3 big TNA stars are going to be in an upcoming AAA event. The WWE Evolve Championships are revealed last night. More matches are confirmed for next week's Dynamite Beach Break. Several matches and segments are confirmed for tonight's special edition of AEW Collision on TBS. A brand new Dynamite theme song is on Dynamite last night. El Grande Americano is the brand new WWE Speed Champion. Tony Khan says he absolutely guarantees that AEW pay-per-views will be coming to Detroit, and Juice Robinson is closing in on an AEW in-ring return. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Before we start, you can see right there, we're at 21,408 subscribers. So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and join the ever-expanding WNU, that being the Wrestle News universe. In addition, you can become members of the WN365 roster. Links in the video description below. You can also scan the QR code when it appears on the sidebar or click the join button. And speaking of the sidebar, you can see all upcoming watch-alongs and post-shows live here on the channel for the month of May, including WWE Backlash this weekend. Now let's begin with an interesting teaser last night on AEW Dynamite that's got some people talking as to just what it is actually teasing, that being this spider crawl that you can see on the screen right there. Now a blink and you missed it teaser happened on Dynamite last night. During the women's four-way bout between AEW Women's World Champion Timeless Toni Storm, Thunder Rosa, Anna Jay and Penelope Ford, a red spider graphic dropped down in the upper left corner. Now, the spider appeared multiple times during the match. As of right now, there are people that are a bit speculatory on this and guessing what it is. Of course, as of right now, we don't seemingly have any details as to just what this means. If we get any more details, though, we'll let you know in an upcoming video. What do you think this could be in reference to? Let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section below. Now, speaking of that four-way match, Timeless Toni Storm fends off various challengers last night. The in-ring action on the May 7th edition of AEW Dynamite kicked off with a bang as Timeless Toni Storm, Anna Jay, Thunder Rosa, and Penelope Ford competed in a four-way AEW Women's World Championship Eliminator match. In the end, Storm won the bout, remaining perfect in eliminator matches after submitting Penelope Ford with the TCM chicken wing hold. This was Storm's 6th consecutive victory, with her last loss coming in tag team action on the March 26th edition of AEW Dynamite. Now, Rhino, he made his AEW debut last night on the show on TBS. Rhino, unfortunately though, couldn't get the job done in his hometown. The May 7th edition of AEW Dynamite featured a fun appearance from a legend as Rhino made his debut for the company in a match against Nick Wayne. The bout was contested for the Ring of Honor World Television Championship. Wayne went on to score a quick victory over Rhino, pinning him after using Christian's kill switch maneuver. With the win, Wayne has now successfully defended his title on 2 separate occasions. Samoa Joe, he was victorious in the AEW Dynamite main event last night in Detroit, ahead of his big steel cage match against Jon Moxley at AEW Beach Break for the AEW World Championship. Samoa Joe defeated Claudio Castagnoli in the main event of Wednesday's AEW Dynamite. It was a battle of former Ring of Honor competitors, and the two big men reminded the world why they're considered 2 of the best wrestlers on the planet. A series of strikes and holds made up for the majority of the match, but it really picked up speed in the final few moments before Samoa Joe got the submission victory with his patented Coquina clutch. After the match, before Jon Moxley and the rest of the Death Riders could get involved in the aftermath, Powerhouse Hobbs made his presence felt and he brought a chair with him. Joe gave Castagnoli a front suplex onto said chair for good measure, and to ensure that, cage or not, Castagnoli doesn't interfere in the match next week, Joe and Hobbs stood tall to close out the show. Now, of course, more details when it comes to WWE's acquisition of AAA and what it means for AAA talent signed to new WWE contracts. WWE reportedly signed new new contracts with several AAA stars in the wake of purchasing the Lucha Libre company. El Hijo del Vikingo, El Hijo del Wagner Jr., Flamer, and controversial stars Alberto El Patron and La Hydra, as well as other stars from the company, were locked into new contracts as they want to avoid any talent from being signed by AEW between now and when the WWE/AAA partnership kicks off at Worlds Collide on June 7th in Los Angeles. According to the Wrestling Observer's Dave Meltzer, WWE has yet to comment on the reported signings, and one source close to the situation outright disputed the story. Another source said they had not seen a list of wrestlers, but the signings were likely a legal formality. The news was initially broken by Super Lucha's Ernesto Ocampo, who said that WWE had signed Alberto El Patron, El Hijo del Wagner Jr., and the new La Parka, who recently debuted, El Hijo del Vikingo, Flamer, Lady Marvella, La Hydra, and Nino Hamburguesa, with the idea that WWE would sign about a dozen of AAA's main stars, as the usual AAA contracts are not as ironclad as those backed up by TKO Group Holdings. The contracts are said to contain more clauses to protect WWE and TKO, which are not present in AAA deals. WWE is reportedly trying to avoid a situation like the one last year, where AEW had plans to sign CMLL star Stephanie Vaquer, but WWE managed to sign the former CMLL champion after a widely praised match at AEW's Forbidden Door event against Mercedes Moné. Now, in terms of more crossover for AAA, one of WWE's partners, TNA Wrestling, is lending some of their talents to an upcoming show as well. TNA wrestling stars The Hardys and Joe Hendry are reportedly expected to work the upcoming AAA Triple Mania event on June 15th. AAA will soon be under the WWE umbrella when the acquisition of the promotion is completed later this year, while TNA have enjoyed a close working relationship with WWE over the past year. Per Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio, the TNA World Champion and former TNA World Tag Team Champions are expected to be part of the show in Monterrey, Mexico. Quote, "I don't know if this has been announced yet, but very interesting that the other names being sent are the Hardy brothers and Joe Hendry, which tells you about the relationship with TNA and WWE," said Meltzer. Obviously, Rey Mysterio can't go because he tore his groin and had surgery, but AAA were hoping for Penta, Rey Fenix, Dominic Mysterio, Chad Gable, and big stars because it's supposed to be a big show. Angel and Berto, they're not big WWE stars, but they are, in theory, stars in Monterrey, and the other names are the Hardys and Joe Hendry, who are not big names in Mexico, although the Hardys have been to Mexico before. The event will take place 8 days after the WWE AAA Worlds Collide event on June 7th, whilst 3 days later on June 18th, All Elite Wrestling will make their Mexico debut as part of their working arrangement with CMLL. Now, an update here when it comes to WWE Evolve and championships being unveiled on last night's episode. The Evolve championships have been officially unveiled. NXT Prime Minister Stevie Turner revealed the WWE Evolve champion and the WWE Evolve Women's champion bout on the May 7th episode of WWE Evolve. Both championships will be decided in fatal four-way elimination matches. Wendy Chu, Callie Armstrong, and Kendall Gray will be 3 of the 4 women who compete for the title in 3 weeks. Shawn Legacy will be one of the 4 men to compete for the title in 4 weeks' time. What do you think of these championships? Let me know your thoughts about them in the comment section below. Going back to AEW, and of course, Beach Break is next week, and a new match has been added to the May 14th edition of AEW Dynamite. The bout will see Will Ospreay and Hangman Adam Page team up to face a common enemy in the Don Callis family. Josh Alexander and Konosuke Takeshita will be on duty for this match. In a previously announced match, Samoa Joe, of course, will challenge Jon Moxley for the AEW World Championship inside of a steel cage. Tonight is a special episode of AEW Collision on TBS, and here's what's on tap for the show. First, Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale will clash in singles action. This will be their first one-on-one match since AEW All Out in 2024. Also, Speedball Mike Bailey will face off against Dralistico for the second time in the past month or so. Furthermore, Anthony Bowens will take on Lee Johnson. In addition to that, Daniel Garcia will fight one member of FTR in a singles bout. Now, Dynamite, if you were paying attention last night, featured a brand new theme song. Now, the May 7th episode of AEW Dynamite opened with You Wanted War by Sum 41 playing the new intro theme for the show. AEW previously used I'm So Excited by the Pointer Sisters for the January 1st episode of AEW Dynamite, but seemingly that theme didn't stick. It remains to be seen if indeed this is going to be the long time theme song for the show. We'll have to wait and see. Fightful's Sean Ross Sapp and Andrew Zarian first noted a new theme provided by Sum 41 was coming soon, and of course it debuted last night. Going over to WWE Speed, and as new WWE Speed Champion, El Grande Americano has captured the WWE Speed Championship. El Grande Americano, definitely not Chad Gable, won the WWE Speed Championship on the May 7th episode of the WWE Speed Show, defeating Dragon Lee. Americano won with a diving headbutt after loading his mask with a steel plate. The match, of course, had a 5-minute time limit, and is always the case on WWE Speed. This marks the first reign as WWE Speed Champion for Americano. Lee held the title for 171 days and made 2 successful title defenses. Going back to AEW, and a future pay-per-view is guaranteed for Detroit. Pay-per-view is coming to the Motor City. That's according to Tony Khan. AEW held this week's Dynamite taping in Detroit, Michigan, and it was a star-studded affair with a myriad of matchups and moments featuring AEW's biggest stars. Adam Page and Will Ospreay had a tense face-to-face confrontation. Ricochet teamed up with the Young Bucks to take on Speedball Mike Bailey, Mark Briscoe, and Swerve Strickland. Timeless Tony Storm took on Thunder Rosa, Penelope Ford, and Anna Jay, and Samoa Joe took on and defeated Claudio Castagnoli. It was a big show, and the crowd was hot for it all night, which got the attention of AEW owner Tony Khan. After the show went off the air, Tony Khan came out and spoke to the live audience. It was a moment that he guaranteed a pay-per-view would come to Detroit Rock City. Quote, "I can guarantee we're going to do that," Tony Khan said as the crowd chanted pay-per-view. "I might just need a bigger building for that, but I think I know one because I think I've been there before." Now, Khan didn't say which arena, but Detroit is home to Ford Field, which of course hosted WrestleMania 23 back in 2007. There are other arenas in Detroit as well. And finally, an update when it comes to Juice Robinson and his return to AEW in-ring competition. Fightful Select's Sean Ross Sapp has learned that former IWGP United States Champion Juice Robinson is relatively close to an in-ring return. Sources, according to Fightful, confirmed that Juice Robinson has been pretty well healthy for nearly a month, but still awaits clearance for AEW's medical team for his return. Juice Robinson has been sidelined since late November when he broke his fibula during a Continental Classic match with Will Ospreay. Robinson got injured on the pin attempt before a Styles clash and effectively got removed from the tournament. Now, Fightful said they've not heard when Juice is expected back. The Bang Bang Gang have been battling injuries for the better part of the last year, with injuries suffered by the likes of Jay White as well as the Guns too. Of course, if we get any more details on Juice Robinson and his return, we'll let you know in a future video. But there you go, guys, the latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, as you can see right there. We're at 21,408 subscribers on that road to 25k. So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. Join the ever-expanding WNU. In addition to that, you can become members of the WN365 roster. Links in the video description. You can also click the join button or scan the QR code when it appears on the sidebar. Speaking of the sidebar, you can also see all of the upcoming watch-alongs and post-shows we've got here live on the channel for the month of May, including AEW Double or Nothing, which you can see right there. That's coming up at the end of the month. But we've also got this weekend, WWE Backlash will be live for a watch-along and a post-show for that on Saturday, so be sure to join us live here on the channel. I appreciate everyone for tuning in, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.